Hello and welcome to my presentation. I am Tuan and I will be presenting about my electromagnet experiment. So my question is, Panasonic Duracell or Energizer? Which will pick up more paper clips? You might be wondering, what in the world are electromagnets? So an electromagnet is like a type of magnet that uses an electric current to produce a magnetic field. We can create electromagnets using simple items like a battery, some copper wires, and an iron nail. Electromagnets have several advantages over regular magnets. You can increase or decrease their power by adding or removing batteries. You can turn it off by disconnecting one of the wires. You can change the pole so that the south end becomes north, or the north becomes south. So here's my experiment setup. For my experiment, I used batteries, different brands of batteries like AA, Duracell, Energizer, and Panasonic. I used one copper coil. I used paper clips, one box of paper clips, and I used wire cutters, one wire cutter, one nail, alligator clips. So I got a pair of alligator clips, so that's just one alligator clips. See, I used one, and I used masking tape, one roll of masking tape, and I used sandpaper. My procedure was I made 2 holes in a cardboard box, and I fit a pencil through with a coil inside. So I fit like a pencil and I put a coil inside so I can pull the coil out. I wrapped it around the coil, I wrapped it around the nail. I used masking tape to hold the coil in place, and I left some coil on both ends to attach it to the alligator clips later. I wrapped 55 turns of coil around the nail. I used masking tape to prevent the coil from unrolling. I used sandpaper to remove the insulation of the coil. I attached alligator clips to each end of the coil and to the battery. I picked up nails and I picked up my nail and tried to pick up as many paper clips as possible. I counted how many paper clips were on the nail. Moving on, here's my hypothesis. I think that if the Duracell battery is used, then it will pick up the most amount of paper clips. The reason I believe that if the Duracell battery is used, then it will pick up the most amount of paper clips is because, from experience, Duracell batteries lasted 3 months, while Panasonic lasted 2.5, and Energizer lasted 2. From research, Duracell has a shelf life of 10 years, while Energizer lasts 5 years and Panasonic lasts 7 years. Any independent variables that may affect the outcome is the type of battery. Control variables that will stay the same is the number of coils and the same number of batteries. And now I will be sharing the results of my experiment. Here's my first experiment. It is with the Duracell battery and it picked up 5 paper clips. My paper clips are sticking to the nail. Yay!
And what trial is this, Tuan? Can you explain to our viewers what trial is this?
This is trial number 1 of Duracell, and it's working quite well.
Great job.
I picked up about 4 right now, and they fell off.
Awesome. So you have a pretty strong electromagnet for trial 1. We'll record your results.
Yep.
Great job.
Now here's my second experiment. It is with the Energizer and it picked up 4 paper clips. This is try number 1 and it's working great. It's picking up a lot of paper clips, at least 4. Now let me see if I can pick up some more. Okay, so that's 4. 3. 4. 4 paper clips is energizing.
Great.
Here is my third experiment. It is with Panasonic and it picked up 4 paper clips as well. Trial. So it looks like Panasonic is strong at first, since it can pick up a lot at once. But let me just test it. Okay, that's 3 batteries. 3 paper clips. This is 4. And let's see the last one. Okay, so it seems like Panasonic can pick up 4 paper clips. I did 3 trials, but the information on the data table here shows the average amount of paper clips for each brand of battery. So it doesn't show the exact amount for each trial, it only shows the average. Finally, here's what I concluded from my experiment. I found out that my hypothesis was correct since Duracell did pick up the most paper clips. In conclusion, I think that Duracell is the strongest battery because it picks up the most amount of paper clips. I controlled for the amount of batteries, I used the same paper clips, I used the same nail, I used the same copper wire, and I used the same alligator clips. If I were to do this again, some experimental errors that might have made the experiments different from the new ones is maybe the batteries weren't connected all the way, so they might have been weaker. I can use this information in the real world because now I will use Duracell since it picked up the most amount of paper clips. I want to thank the following people for helping me with my experiment. It was so fun and exciting to be exploring something new with you all. Thank you to everyone for listening. I want to thank my dad, my mom, Miss Saberwall, Anika, Nimisha, Nico, and Opportunity X for helping me. Thank you everyone for listening.